Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 26 of the Next Generation of Superstars podcast. We are very grateful to have Justin Forde here, who's originally from Plantation, Florida, and he's been competing track and field over at SELU. So welcome to the show.
What's up?
Awesome, man. We're very happy to have you here on the show with us and, kind of tell our audience a little bit more about how you've really found your passion for track and field growing up.
To be honest, I started doing track because of a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went and did track, but the track coaches, they saw me play basketball, football, and they just saw me jumping. They told me to come out, jump. First year I did it, I think I was like second in the whole country as a freshman. And then from there, I was like, dang, like, I never knew, like, the whole track world and how the scene worked. And it was cool. You know, my mom, they was happy for me. And it was just different little things. And I was like, this is cool. And I just rocked out with it. And I just kept getting better and better. And I just got new goals. I found out you could go to college for free, like full ride. Like, you talk to University of Miami, UCLA, Oregon. I'm like, Princeton, Brown. I'm like all the Ivy League schools wanted me at first. But I'm like, dang, like, this is real. Like, you could get to college and do all of this stuff, like, just by doing track, jumping far. So once it clicked, and that's just what it was for me. I was like, a better life, a chance to do what everybody says they want a chance to do, and then it's a no-brainer. You have to do that.
100%. No, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. And what about the support that you found, from your family? I know you said your mom and everyone else supported you. What about the rest of your family and friends, even fans? How was that support as you were really trying to progress through your career?
It was good. It was cool. Like, my family, those are the people that hold me down. They make me remember, like, I'm human, things like that. So, yeah, my family is always there, but my friends, they always hold it down. Like, they're there for me. Whenever, something happens good, they're always there for me to bring me up. And the fans, like, that's the part that shocked me the most. The people that I don't know, and then they tell me how amazed they are by just the things that I'm just trying to do. It's like, wow, that's eye-opening for me. And I'll tell anybody, just do what they're doing and don't worry about nobody else. Keep going. And, it's going to go. As long as you put your heart into it, it's going to be cool. The craziest thing was, like, when I got to Miami, this girl, she came to me and she told me her friend really wanted my autograph on a shirt to send it back home. And it was like, what? So, yeah.
Crazy.
But it's nothing like too crazy. But for me to just know that somebody else knew me, and it was just cool. It's a crazy feeling.
What's been one of your favorite parts about engaging with your fans? You said autographs. Has there been anything else that you like to do, with fans?
Well, I meet people all the time. So if I'm at the community center playing basketball, somebody might figure out the things that I do, like track. They might look me up, see my accomplishments, and they'll come back to me like, yo, Justin, I didn't know you did all that. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's cool. And, we're at that point, we're cool. Like, I'm down to earth. We're already friends. Like, we already hoop. Oh, you going to be here next week? So, yeah, I'm cool on that level.
That's
I don't think I'll go to Hollywood like other people.
It's awesome, you're able to, like, give them that proximity to you to be able to, to have conversation and talk about different things. And, they get to, see you, look up to you as a role model. So when they can actually engage with you and talk about stuff, it's, probably makes their day, right? It's awesome.
Because we talk about real things. Like, I've actually went through real things. Like, a lot of times people will come to me and they'll just talk to me about something. I'm like, yeah, I've been through that, man. You just got to keep the positive around you. Keep looking forward. Don't really let it bring you down. And remember, tomorrow you got a new day. Just be real with yourself, be true with yourself, and love the people that's around you.
100%.
That's always going to help somebody, just keep going.
I love it, man. Absolutely. What's been some of the main skills that you've learned, from track and field and from being able to compete at such a high level? What have been some of the skills that, like, you still carry with you to this day that's helped you out a lot?
I say it's an ongoing battle with trying to keep your mind focused. It's always going to be a battle to keep your mind focused. But what it taught me was self-improvement is the best type of improvement. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. If you trying to work on yourself and become better is always going to help everything around you. So, yeah, that's all I can say for
No, I think personal growth and self-development, it's crucial. If you can get 1% better every single day, it adds up over time. And you're, a prime example of that, and you've done that. And so I think it's awesome to be able to see what the results can actually, go to show.
I gotta keep going though. Like something with me is I'm like, it's a lot for me to do, but there's things that I want to get down under control before I even focus on what I'm truly supposed to be doing. Like I'm so amazed by the Wonder Kid. I don't know if you know who that is, but in triple jump, he's going crazy. I'm amazed by him because I remember in high school, it was like a whole arena, pen relays full, like the whole Jamaican country came down, and it was rooting for everybody. It was nuts. What? And then now he's coming here. Like I beat everybody. I had one at me. Now he's coming here. He's just showing out in the U.S. So I'm like, man. But yeah, it's just like a hunger. Like it's a hunger because I really want to play football too. So it's just like crazy. But if I get back on the track and keep doing what I'm supposed to do, I can't wait for this like to all pan out.
You're on the right track, man. It's awesome. I think you have that right path and mindset too, which is huge. What's been some of your most memorable career moments, whether it's been most recently or even back in high school or when you were younger? What's been something that you look back on and you reflect on as being a great moment for you?
I'll just say knowing that nobody could beat me, knowing that when I stepped out and competed against a whole different country, like I still came out on top because I competed. Just because I didn't give up. Like if my leg hurt or my knee hurt, I wrapped it up and then we're gonna go again. Like that's the part that's the fun for me. Like knowing that you can't never tell me to stop. You get what I'm saying? If I'm gonna go after it, I'm gonna go after it. Like you can't tell me I can't go after it. So that's what it is for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. And that's such a good mindset to have, to keep going and pushing no matter what, because, it's kind of reminds me of the Mamba mentality, right? We saw with Kobe when everything he did. And I think that's a prime example of what that's the mindset you have. And that's kind of leading into my next question to talk about is every single person, whether, it's in sports or outside of sports has, failures. They have, moments where, they have setbacks. How do you really persevere, besides just keep pushing, but what are some other factors that you use to keep persevering through those failures to bounce back stronger?
Well, number one is I look up and I talk to God, but I reassure myself. You get what I'm saying? Like I may pick up the Bible and read a verse. I may reflect on it. You get what I'm saying? Little things that I'll do to remind myself, to ground myself, to understand that I do have all the power here. You get what I'm saying? I have all the power to correct my flaws. Like everybody has flaws. Nobody was ever perfect. So I can't ultimately get down on myself to the point where I'm not gonna get up and try again. So that's how I go about it.
It's incredible. No, it's awesome. That's an awesome mindset to have. And I was kind of switching gears a little bit, but has there been any funny stories or just stories you can remember from your teammates in track or any other people you've interacted with that you look back on and it's just it gives you a good laugh? Has there been anything around that?
Yeah, back in Miami, I had a couple of teammates that we just we always hung out and did some like just funny stuff, man. It was crazy. Like Miami, those days were them days.
Yeah.
Miami, amazing. But my old teammate, Russell Robinson, we used to rap in our dorm. Like as freshmen, I brought all the equipment. You feel me? I'll be on my Mac, bring all the recording stuff. Sometimes, you feel me? Go in the closet, whatever. Rap in the closet. We switch. All right, yo, it's your turn to go. Like we was really rapping like it was a studio.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had football players come. We that's just, that was me. I always loved music. I want my own record label. I want to be able to help kids, inner city kids that want to do music, be focused with it, continue to do it on the level that you're serious. And I want to help them. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
yeah, that's a funny moment. Like we used to be in there just going crazy. I'm not gonna talk about who we rapped about. You feel me? But
That's awesome. Well, speaking of rap, it's one of my favorite genres. Who are your top rappers that you listen to right now? You know, I know it's switched a lot in the past decade of just how rap music is now. But what's some of the rappers you kind of admire or look up to, or listen to?
sure, I'm gonna be real honest here, and I'm gonna say this: I like Michael Jackson. I like Tupac.
Love it.
Uh, but I like Jadakiss. I like No Cap. I like Kodak. Feel me? Like I like the whole scene, but there's ones that hit home like Yak, like Kodak.
Yeah.
Kodak always gonna win for me. Kodak always gonna be number one for me.
Well, you're
But
from Florida too, so I mean, it makes sense. You know, he's he's from Florida.
anybody that ever know me, I went up north, I go here, I go there. Yeah, it's Yak all the way. But
That's
I
awesome.
like
I love it. It's good, diverse, range of people that you like, old music, new music too with it. That's awesome, man. Speaking of, you're saying help inner city kids. What are some ways that you've done in the past, or maybe you plan on the future as you keep progressing to really give back to more of your community, whether it's back home or the community you're at now? What are some of the ways that you have in store that you really want to help give back?
so. Well, I don't talk about this at all, but I've donated $11,000 to just helping kids go to summer camp for the race for Chase. It was a kid, his name was Chase, and the whole Sandy Hook thing that happened in Connecticut. That was a tragedy. It was sad, but we had got in contact with Chase's mom, and then they came to our school, and they had a foundation where they help kids. They bring them bikes. They do a whole fun day of activities, doing like kickball, different things. Handing them shirts, handing them little things, and yeah, I gave them $11,000 due to winning Gatorade Player of the Year. I wrote an essay. Oh shoot!
That's
I
awesome.
have,
So you gave $11,000 for them to go to summer camp and get all that stuff, and I mean that's incredible.
yeah. But moving forward, I was just reading over it last night. I actually have I have all this stuff written up. I wanted to do it with UM. I had brought this idea to them, but they, things are just different sometimes. But I wanted to do like a player versus kids basketball game, kickball tournament, pizza party every week.
That's awesome.
And so I think that I'm gonna start implementing that in my own life now. Now that I'm living out here by myself, they have boys and girls clubs. They have different things, and I know how to be, um, I guess, proactive with the things I'm doing. I know how to record the stuff and just help the community in different ways in a different light. You get what I'm saying? Help the kids do what they want to. The ones that's doing football, basketball. I know how to help them shine and get in contact with the coach and different things. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's school, whether it's understanding the mindset to keep persevering through, like you're gonna get there eventually. You get what I'm saying? There's kids from my town right now in Norwalk. They look at me and I guess I motivated them for what I did with track. You feel me? D1 bound, this and that. And it's like, yeah, because you got to tell yourself you're going to do that. Don't let nobody take that from you. Get me? You could be 13, 14. Yeah, you're D1 bound. You're going to do it. Keep working on it. Keep, all the little skills. No, it's not all about the glamour and the lights. It's about the little things. You got to perfect the little things. Perfect the cuts. Perfect the moves. Perfect the mindset. You get what I'm saying? And I'm always gonna give back to the community. I'm always gonna give back to the people because other than that, it's nothing else to do. I always give back to my little sister, my little cousins. I'll lecture them all the time.
I love
They
it.
hate they hate it. But I got to. I have
Well,
to.
they're going to learn because you're leading that example, and you're showing them that the power of giving back and how it can it's just doing those good deeds, right? And it really makes you, shows you that you can actually impact that person's life in a positive way, and I think that's incredible. So congratulations for everything you've done on that end so far and what you plan to do, because that's very admirable, and that's awesome what you've done so far, Justin. And kind of going to the next segment of NIL. That's a huge topic that's been the past couple of years. When you first saw that actually take place in the summer of 2021, where you could actually be building your personal brand and going to get brand deals, working with us at Burst and seeing that you can actually do so many different things. What was your initial reaction to all that?
my initial reaction, I was surprised because I was just talking about it the year previous with my coaches, with my teammates. I'm like, it would be smart for them to start using us. Like, like when are they going to use us and help us just? I didn't think it would take off as big as it is, though. Like,
Right.
some people are. I'm like, wow, I'm happy for them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
never don't
100%.
have for everybody who wins off of NIL because it's what we've been needing. We've been needed that. Think about other people in the past that could have just helped out their family a little bit, or because
Absolutely.
a lot of times, them big D1 athletes, or a lot of times some D1 athletes, you feel me? They'll come from a situation where they actually do need to help their family, and
Right.
NIL is taking that over and they're helping people out. So I love NIL. It's a
I
great
love
idea.
That's awesome. And that's kind of part into our mission at Burst. When I started this, I wanted to really give back to the next generation and helping student athletes like you, because everyone comes from different backgrounds, different situations. And if we can level the playing field and be able to provide this opportunity to everybody, and that's what our plan is, what we've been doing, it's powerful. And so I think, similar to what you're saying, it's just, it's really something that was a long time coming. Now that it's here, it's incredible to be able to go and take initiative and action on it. And so what about your thoughts on like what we're doing at Burst with the Web3 space? I mean, sports tech is blowing up. There's a lot of money being poured into it. Technology is growing and people are seeing it with sports. You can actually, take advantage of your brand with it, right? And actually, showcase that you can control all of it and own the data and all this stuff. And so what are your kind of thoughts on this whole sports tech environment, especially working with us at Burst?
Well, when I first saw Burst, I was intrigued because the whole NFT playing field, like I was into that and I was like reading up on it, trying to figure out how I could implement my little ideas because like drawing and stuff, like that's all me. I took an art class and I just loved it at Miami, different stuff. So once I figured out there was a digital space for that and you could create a whole community of things, I was like, nah, I think I need to get in contact with Burst. And when it all comes together, we're going to come up with something like mind blowing because you guys are on track of what the new age thing, like the new age media, the new age technology, like that's what it is. So that's all I can say about it. You know what I mean? But
No, I love it, man. I appreciate it a lot. We're grateful to have you part of the family. And another thing with, you're getting on board, it's one of our partners, Virtual Stacks' platform. And, they're big on giving back to the community and charity and stuff like that. And so part of your digital trading cards, that when people are investing in that, part of that, part of that revenue is going to the Heart of Sport Foundation, which people are listening to the podcast can look that up, but it's really helping, the youth athletes with sports equipment and resources that they don't have, right? And so that's really huge with charity, and I think it's awesome to be able to do that. Kind of switching up a little bit. What's been some of your, outside of sport? I know you say like music and other things. What are some other hobbies and passions that you love to enjoy when you do have some free time on your hands?
mm, I'm gonna say music is my best one because music is like therapy for me. Like I say, music, poetry is the same thing. Like writing. Uh, I think I'm gonna write a couple books eventually. I just like to learn. I like to learn new tricks and habits, new ways to become just intelligent. Just I like learning new things. Like if I'm gonna be here every day, let's learn something new.
100%.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know. I like to work out, but these are just things I got so accustomed to. I'm
Right.
ready to expand. I'm ready to try different things. I like production. I like the camera and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
ready to try something new. Try like recording music videos. Get out here and really start the LLC part of things. And
Yeah.
so that's where I'm at with that.
You're
My
you're an athlete, you're an athlete entrepreneur. You know what I mean? That's the age we're living in right now, where you're able to do that right at the same time. And so
yeah.
that's awesome, man. What about I think a big part, and not many people speak about it, is like kind of like mental health awareness. And how do you, I know you work out and focus on your physical health, but how do you also take that time to focus on your mental health too?
I try to read. I try to, you watch the positive videos. I try to talk to my elders. I try to talk to people older than me that could just give me that advice. And like I said before, keep me grounded. I pray. But mental health is important, man. Like I'm one to talk about it. I went through a lot, and you feel me? I have family history just dealing with that. But me personally, I went through a lot. Like, so mental health was a big one. I had to learn how to just control it.
Right.
You know, it's still a battle for me personally. I'm still going through a lot of things, and I'm trying, but mental health is a big one. Like, you know, it's not something to answer all the way, but I will want to.
And you're on the right path with it, though, to be able to, you know, actually talk about it. And as well as you said, you know, praying, you know, focusing by talking to your elders and doing different stuff like that. I mean, that's, you know, that's awesome to be able to implement different things that can help you balance that out, to really have a better control on it. And that's awesome. You know, kind of wrapping up things here in the last few questions. What's kind of your vision right now, you know, with the trajectory of your career? You know, you've had so many great accomplishments in the past. Where do you see your direction right now with your career?
Shoot, right now, man, I'm getting over the last little hump. Like, I'm getting over the last little hump of figuring everything out. I'm getting over the last little hump of, you know, stumbling down, and I'm ready for what's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna be good. I've been at a point where I didn't know what was coming next, and what happened next was greatness. So that's where I'm at right now. Like, they got the Olympics next year, but even if I didn't make it to the Olympics, I think I could still make breaking accomplishments moving forward with the triple jump, with the long jump as I practice it. But I want to go to the NFL Combine as well. You know, I want to showcase what I could do with football. I want to showcase that when you throw me the ball, I'm going to catch it. I'm not going to let nobody out jump me and catch the ball. That's for sure. I don't care how, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how tough the defender is. I don't care how tough you guys are projecting them, the 5-star, 4-star. I don't care. I promise you. Let's go out there on the field and prove it. You get what I'm saying? So
I love it.
Other thing, like I can't wait to get there and show that, I'm serious about what I'm talking about. And I actually do love football to the point where, you know, I'm going to showcase this. But with track, I kind of want to put track first, just as a man, putting my priorities first and doing what I was going to do. So, yeah.
You got a lot of great things in the pipeline coming up, you know, from track to football, and then be able to do all that stuff and to be able to hit these huge milestones too.
Yep. All of my companies, I want to do that too. I want to get my businesses rolling.
I love it. And we're here to help you with the sports tech, with Web3 and all that. So we're here to elevate your brand with that, and it's incredible, man. Well, Justin, we'll wrap up here with this last question.
All right.
What would 3 pieces of advice that you would give to the next generation be, to whether it can help them with their life or career or whatever it might be, or their sport? What would 3 pieces of advice you would give to the next generation? What would that be?
I would tell them, learn how to talk to people, learn how to communicate with people on all levels, like whether it's writing, whether it's speaking, whether it's just, you know, your gestures, how you portray yourself as a person, how you conduct your business, how you plan out your life. You get what I'm saying? Don't ever think that it's too late for anything. I would tell them that's all number 1, because it's so broad.
No, it's awesome.
2, I would say, of course, pray. You know what I'm saying? Always keep God first. You know, that's really should be number 1, but either way, just keep that with you. Yep. And number 3, I would just say read and write. Yep, read and write. Always read and write.
That's awesome. And constantly learning is kind of all that whole theme of it. And I think, just to recap what you said learn to communicate with people on all different levels. And number 2, to pray, always keep God first. And 3, you know, to read and write, and, you know, that continuous learning and, you know, sharpening your skills, right? I think that plays in everything as you learn with sports, and outside of it is you're always sharpening your craft and you're working to become better, and become a better version of yourself. So Justin Forde here, we really appreciate you being on this Next Generation of Superstars podcast, episode 26. Go follow him all over social media and stay tuned as he continues his journey. And we're rooting for you and very grateful to have you on the show.
Thank you, guys.